Hey, it's Eric here at Peachtree Classic Cars, and I didn't think I'd be putting my own truck up for sale, but I just decided to make a little room in the barn. We're keeping our 55 Willys, and I just don't have any more room. So I am gonna pass this one along. It's a 56. I've been looking for one for years, and especially like this with the original patina. But picked this up from a guy that I've bought quite a few trucks from. He does kind of what I call backyard builds. You know, does a good job. But they're not, you know, it wasn't built at Gas Monkey Garage. 2002 Mercury Grand Marquis donor vehicles for the front end, giving you power steering, power disc brakes front and rear, the engine and drivetrain and everything out of that same vehicle, and rear end out of a 98 Crown Vic. So rides smooth down the road. One of the main things that I wanted when he told me he was building this was, I said, please leave the original steering wheel if possible. So we've actually got the linkage set hooked up to the original column shifter, and that made me really happy. So this is a killer shop truck. Being a 56, I can't even believe how high these have gotten, but I'm gonna let mine go. I think this is the, you know, one of the cooler trucks I've had. It just runs so good. Of course, it's fuel injected. She's a little cold natured, you know, under the hood it's all been modified. Love the sound of the exhaust. None of the gauges work. There are kits that you can buy online where you can have the original gauges working. The main thing for me, what my goal was for this truck was for it to be kind of a barn truck slash shop truck. And in fact, it's been parked in my barn the past few months, and I pulled it out. It's got cobwebs on it and everything. I've had quite a few guys ask me to make a video. People call me often asking for 56 specifically. It's the only truck they're looking for. And so since I have one, people call me and say, hey, could you do a video, and would you mind, you know, thinking about selling it? So that's what I'm doing right now. I am thinking about selling my own truck here. So super cool, really easy. You know, like I said, power steering, all hooked up. So when you go to shift it back into park, you actually have to push it forward towards the dash, and that puts it actually in park. It's got a great sounding exhaust. A little backfire there. She's still, like I said, she's a little cool natured. And also, I haven't driven her a lot recently, to be fair. So probably some could maybe use a tune-up, or at least some seafoam in the fuel. So this door drags just a hair, but it does shut. Great patina, original V8 truck, and I just absolutely love this truck. And the guy who was doing the restoration, he was starting to work on the body, and I said, don't do any more work to the body. I don't want, you know, just, you know, I don't want anything else done. I want it to look as original as possible. But the bottom of the door was roached out, I think on both sides. So it's got new bottoms of the doors and cab corners. And what I was gonna do is see if I could get my paint shop to do a really good match on that aqua color there, and come back and fade the patina in. It takes a little bit of artwork, but you can actually fade the patina and make it look original. Couple spots here, there's some Bondo, cracking old, like I said, this is super old. Somebody was doing a project years ago. Kind of call this my resurrected project truck. Pressure treated lumber in the back with the original slats. I actually like that because I can park it outside, use it as a farm truck, leave it outside for a shop truck. And I was actually going to put my logo on, and like I said, we decided to keep we've got a 55 Willys station wagon we've decided to keep instead. So gotta let one of them out of the barn. You can hear it just sits there and purrs like a kitten. It needs to be driven. It really needs to be gotten out on the road and driven. This car, you know, the truck will do 80 miles an hour like it's nothing. Love the interior. Floor pan's got a little patch there. I believe this to be the original seat, and I'm not 100% positive, but I was told from the old man that it's got 783,824 on the odometer there. That supposedly being original, at least to the body. But the truck sat outside. It was an old farm truck, and now of course with the 18-inch Boss wheels, I'm sorry, 20-inch wheels, a little staggered there. Let me see if I can get this hood open real quick. The hinge springs actually hold it up, but it buckles a little bit, just like it's an old original truck. The body work, no springs and all that stuff is all still original from '56. So in fact, the fact that it's actually being held up on its own right now is almost a miracle. Look how old those springs are. Crown Vic or Mercury Grand Marquis. And really clean, you know, that firewall, it's rust free. Lots of rust spots all around it. There's a little spot right there that looks like it got, you know, it's got Bondo. I'm not sure if I'd call this one a Bondo bucket, but it's got some Bondo here and there on it. Just to be honest about it. To me, like I said, I was gonna finish off the patina, so I didn't really care about that. If anything, I was gonna scrape some of the Bondo out to reveal more rust. That was the direction I was gonna go with it. Step sides look pretty good. Original frame. Box welds on the Marquee front end. Newer exhaust. I actually really like the way the exhaust sounds. I love the old Farm Bureau sticker there on the back, and it's got it was parked in the barn, I think he said in 1976 or 78, something like that, and that was the old tag that was on it. Brake lines look newer. Like I said, it did have the Crown Vic rear end in it. Disc brakes in the back as well as in the front, of course. Step side on this side looks pretty good too. A few little rusty spots here and there. Welds look great there. The nice thing about the Crown Vic front end is it basically bolt/welds on. Trying to show that in there. So that leaves the entire frame uncut from bumper to bumper. That's the original frame underneath the truck. So I actually like that. I like that way of doing a shop truck. A lot of guys doing that with the Crown Vic in the front because you don't have to cut the frame. A little bit better than having to subframe stuff out. But anyways, it's PeachTreeClassicCars.com. This is my personal truck. It's in my personal name. Clear, clean Georgia title. Give me a call. Probably not very negotiable on the price. I'm gonna put it down and under a couple of other comparables, and go ahead and make room in the garage for some new toys. Look forward to hearing from you.